Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at some of these Masters of the Universe Mega Construx toys from Mattel. Now I've been eyeing these up for quite a while but have yet to actually see them in the UK, so first up I need to say a massive thank you to Sam in Australia who very kindly sent these over. These are just the sort of things I like because they are essentially Lego sized figures. In fact they are basically a rip-off of Lego. They use the same sort of pegs and sockets that Lego do, but these have been made to look like Masters of the Universe figures. Now they have been around for a while but this is the first time I've actually had any in hand, and I thought it would be a fun opportunity to take a closer look at them. Here in front of me you can see I have a few different figures. We have the Battle for Eternia collection which contains 5 figures. Those figures are Faker, Beastman, He-Man, Skeletor and Teela, and then we have 3 individual figures. We've got Evil-lyn, Prince Adam and Man-at-Arms. So let's take a closer look at the packaging. First up, we'll take a look at the Battle of Eternia collection, which contains 5 individual figures. And according to the bottom here, it says it has 106 pieces and is aimed at an audience of 8+. I'd have said 8+ is a little bit old for this, but I'm guessing it's because there are so many small pieces. Like Lego, this is made up of little bits that you can detach. So you can even see pieces that look exactly like Lego pieces there, and little bars and stuff. So this is very similar to Lego. The front of the packaging, you can see, looks much like the rest of the Mattel packaging for the Origins toy line, so it's got the sort of the burst of rocks behind it, but in the corner it has the Mega Construx logo. Mega Construx is owned by Mattel, which is why I keep saying this is Mattel. And then there's a little leaflet in there which we'll take a look at when we open this. If we turn it over, on the back it shows you those 5 figures. It doesn't give you a great deal of other information apart from shows you some of the sets you can buy, because there is the Wind Raider. Some of the actual vehicles that you can get do look quite nice as well, and they are, as I say, like Lego construction things, so you have to build them yourself. Nice bit of packaging. I think that doesn't look too bad. Then we have the other individual figures. I've got 2 on one type of packaging. So we've got this one here which shows Evil-lyn, and we've got Prince Adam. Both of those have a nice sort of image of the figures. Those look like CG renders to me of the toys. They're not actually photographs of the toys, just judging by the quality of the faces there. If you actually look at the face on the front, if I get this to zoom in, you can see that's nowhere near as pristine as that one there. So I'm saying these are CG renders of the figures, but they still look pretty good. If we turn it over, doesn't give you an awful lot of information. It shows you some other figures that you can get. So we've got on the back of that one, it shows you can get Evil-lyn, Mossman, Skeletor and Stratos, and on that one we've got Mossman, Prince Adam, Skeletor and Stratos. So it just gives you an idea of what is available. Then we have this one here which is Man-at-Arms. He comes on different packaging. I'm going to guess that this is possibly from a different series. It says 4 in the corner. Maybe that's the number of the figure, or maybe it's just the sort of number of the range. On the back it doesn't show that many other He-Man figures. So we've got Evil-lyn there, and then we've got Hellboy, we've got Iso, is that from Assassin's Creed? We've got Kratos from God of War, and then we've got a T-800 from Terminator, which I do also have here, but I'll mention that a bit later on. Packaging on this one is a little bit boring. I think I prefer the packaging on the 5 figure packs here. It shows you a lot more stuff, but really what we want to do is actually get these out of the packet and see what they look like and see how much fun they are to put together. And here they all are out of the packet. Actually getting some of them out of the packet proved quite hard work. The sort of blisters were really awkward to squeeze the figures out of. They just didn't want to let go. But they are here and I have put them all together. There's not a lot that you need to do to put most of the figures together. It's just a case of putting the weapons in the hands. Some of them, like Evil-lyn, had a little bit more to go on because this staff is made out of a few Lego-like pieces, so you can sort of take it apart and construct it. But it really doesn't take that much time to do. But they do look really quite nice like this, all lined up. I think they're actually quite a nice set of figures. They've got a fair amount of articulation, as you can see. If I get He-Man here, we'll take him off his little stand. They all do come with stands that have a few pieces to put them together, and this bit is very Lego-like. But the figures, as you can see, you can rotate the shoulders all around. They've got elbow joints, they've got little hands that move. You can move their heads. They've got quite a nice waist joint and then knees and hips. So they really are very poseable figures. Considering the size of them, they are sort of far more poseable than Lego figures. And much like other Masters of the Universe figures, you can see they do reuse a lot of pieces. So a lot of them have the same parts. They sort of change lower arms and lower legs. So this, like Beastman's got sort of furry feet, but the rest of him is much the same to He-Man. And there's a lot of little parts to be clipped on. You can see here he's got some little bracelets, and these are clip-on pieces. So I'm imagining those are going to get lost quite quickly because they are so tiny. They just about clip onto his arm there. So I would say if a small child plays with this, they are going to get lost. And maybe that's why there is the 8 age range put on the figures, just because there are such small parts and you don't want anybody swallowing them. But I do think the figures are quite nice. You can see there's a fair amount of detail going on there with He-Man's face. If I bring in Skeletor, which is by far my favourite, that really is quite a nice interpretation of Skeletor in this little tiny form. I also think Teela is pretty good. There's a lot of detail going on with her. They've painted a lot of details on her body. That's a really nice figure, and even on her eyes are looking incredibly good. They're really nicely detailed considering how tiny this is. I think with Evil-lyn, it's not quite so good. The eyes look a little bit odd on this one. I'll just see if I can get that to focus. Yeah, you can see that they just look a little bit odd, but still there's a fair amount of detail going on, and it does really look quite nice. So as you can see, putting the figures all like this together, they're really quite an impressive set of figures. I think they aren't too bad. Quality wise though, I'm going to say these are nothing like Lego. You can feel that the plastic used is just not up to the same quality as Lego. It feels a lot cheaper, and you can actually see some defects in the figures as they're made. Lego would never let out a figure that had any sort of defect in it, but on these you can actually see there are a few defects. If I show you here, this is Prince Adam. His left hand, there's something wrong with the socket on the arm, so the left hand falls out really easily, and actually looking at it I can see that the moulding of that socket there is not quite right, so that's a sort of bit of an error. And also on Beastman here, his little bracelet on the right has been moulded quite badly, so there's a bit missing and some black on it or something. Really sort of yeah, it just shows that Lego really make very high quality products, and I think what Mattel have done here with these Mega Constructs is slightly less on the quality side. But having said that, does it matter? Not really, because they do look quite nice, and I wouldn't have thought that many kids will play with these. I think these are more aimed at the adult collector and the sort of thing that you would display along with either your Origins figures or your original vintage Masters of the Universe figures. Each figure comes with a small leaflet which shows you how to put it together, but really you don't need that. They're so simple, you can easily put them together. The 5 figure pack comes with a larger leaflet, as you can see, and that shows again all the pieces that come with it. But if you turn it over, it's got some nice artwork showing each character with a little bit of sort of an action pose next to it. I think that's actually quite a nice sort of addition to this pack, and it certainly makes it feel a little bit more special. I've just brought in a Lego minifigure here so you can see the scale, and you can see they're slightly larger than the Lego figures. But what is good is if we take this off, you can see that the pips and stuff on these do actually work with Lego, so it means that you can play with these Masters of the Universe figures on your Lego and make your own sort of castles and stuff using the Lego pieces that you already have lying around. So why was there a Terminator T800 included in the pack? Well, that's because Sam suggested that I could make a battle damaged version of Faker, because obviously you can pull all the arms and legs off these things. So if I pull the arms and legs off that Terminator, and we'll take off the arms of this Faker, like so, you can see that I can pop on a arm and it looks like he has been battle damaged. He's been having a fight with He-Man, and now we've got a battle damaged version of Faker. I'm assuming we can also pull the legs off, so there we go. If I pull the leg off that one, pull the leg off that one. So yeah, it's quite a nice way of making sort of custom figures that you can pull pieces off one to attach them to another. And there we go, that is a battle damaged version of Faker, and I think that actually looks pretty cool. Overall, I actually do really like these figures. I think there's a nice sort of look to them. I like the stylings of the figures, the way they are posable. They really are pretty good, and they're certainly the sort of thing I will display here with my other Masters of the Universe figures. The quality does let them down a bit, which is a shame, but there's no one that does these sort of Lego things quite like Lego, and I think Mattel obviously are doing these a little bit on the cheap. But then that's the same thing that you can say with the other sort of Masters of the Universe Origins figures. There are quite a few quality control issues on those figures, as I've mentioned in my reviews. But these, I think they're pretty good, and I would certainly be looking out for more if I see them in the shops. And I quite like to build one of these sort of play sets or the vehicles, because I think that's the most fun that you can have with Lego things, is actually building the sets and building things. These, you don't really need to do a lot when they come out of the packet. Just put the weapons in the hands and there you go. So I do need to say a massive thank you to Sam for very kindly sending these in. They have been fun to look at, and I'm going to be putting them on display with my other Masters of the Universe figures. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you really enjoyed it, then check out some of my other He-Man and the Masters of the Universe reviews and some of my other restoration projects. And thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow toy-polloi on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.